income?
And so say, and the income varies, because I've asked that too. And so for the 100% financing, I don't know about the grant part, but the 100% financing, there's a 62 cap, a 77 cap, and then unlimited for some areas. To where it doesn't matter. You can make $200,000 a year, and they'll still give you 100% finance.
It sounds like a community development
Okay.
grant. I could look into it. I don't know that loan that you're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if it's getting traction, then yeah, I want to compete with it.
Yeah, I'm like, come up with something. I mean, because again, like they've been doing a lovely job, but I'm like, I would like for people to have options to where it doesn't feel like I'm literally just trying to ram this one bank down their throat. But I don't want my person paying for closing costs either, so I will.
Let's make our way for some more introductions.
Sorry.
If you guys want to say hello, then we'll make our way back around to folks that just joined.
Who was it on?
And you guys and then they both gave me like $25,000 credit cards. So just trying to get creative, and I figured I'd bring these folks in to kind of show how we can all put it together.
So what I'm hearing is that's where the missing part from these guys can come from.
Is the actual banks, because none of these guys are really banks. So
maybe give you all different options and everything, help you stretch a dollar. But I've been working for 4 years. Got promoted recently in September. Just here to help out.
Hey everybody, I'm Kendall Sullenberger. I work for Bob Richards over at Simple Money Loans in Augusta. We're a fairly new office. We've been operating for about 2 years now. I've been in mortgages for about 6 years now. Started as a loan processor under Lee Hunt at Modern Mortgage Simplified. Worked with him for a while and then transitioned over, did property management for a little while and then started as a loan originator for Bob back in June. We are attempting to be a one-stop shop for everything. We're currently a hard money lender. So right now we focus mainly on construction, fix and flips, and buy and hold. You can ask DeMargo. We've done, I don't even know how many deals with him at this point.
I like some.
Yep, we've done a lot with him. We're a little bit different than a traditional mortgage lender. We don't have the standard underwriting process. We can receive a contract on a Tuesday and close it by that Thursday if everyone can work quickly together. We don't require any inspections. We got flexible terms. Fast and easy, as Bob likes to tell everyone. 12-month terms for the most part. It can be extended. No prepayment penalties. I'm trying to think what else. DeMargo, am I forgetting anything?
Nah, I'll say that's about everything.
Yeah, we're trying to eventually get through the process of me getting my NMLS to be a more licensed mortgage loan originator. That way, because right now, everyone that we have, if they refinance, we send them to a regular mortgage program. But hopefully, when I get my license, we can be the one-stop shop and they can refinance out through us or get us sold and send them over to us as a lender. So that's the plan over the next year. But right now, I'm mainly fix and flip, buy and hold.
thank you.
Good.
It's a lot. We stay busy.
Well, yes, you already spoke, but so yeah, some of us joined late that we kind of had the introductions, but really, I think how we should structure the products. But give us like your punchline, your products, and you kind of heard from everybody what we do. It's a mix of fix and flip, buy and hold, wholesaling. But talk about your cash and keys and just how you can provide some products for folks.
When we start qualifying people to come in, we will pre-underwrite them, and if they come in, they like your house, and that's the house that they want, then we will buy it cash. This gives them time to move into the house, and then pretty up their own house and put it on the market and sell it for top dollar. If at the last moment they go out and screw up their credit, or about 2 months ago, we had a gentleman, he lost his job. That would be a deal killer. It still went through. I mean, you know, we looked at his situation, we know that he's in demand, he could get a new job, no problem, closed on the house, he painted, landscaped, sold his house, he had a new job, we transferred, as soon as he sold his house, we transferred title to the new house directly to him. So this way the realtor is guaranteed of that closing. And people do screw stuff up at the last second all the time. And sometimes it's not even their fault. Sometimes something will pop up that underwriting didn't grab off the top. Or something comes back, something is in dispute and then shows up on the second credit pull, and that throws things into disarray. So with this program, you have to backstop that. They're closing, right? They're using cash to close it. So the realtor is still getting their check, they're still getting a house, and everything is moving forward. The front end of that is if you have a buyer that's a first-time buyer, they have a hard time competing against cash offers. Make them cash buyer. We qualify them, we know exactly what they can pay for a house, and we become like the rich uncle. And we, you know, it's like you're like telling your niece or nephew or your kids, if that's a house that you want, okay, we'll put down the cash on it. They're already done, we make a cash offer, close. The catch, we want the loans. We're using our private equity, we want the loans.
So let's pause real quick. How many of us are realtors in here? Alright, so what do we love? Cash offers, right? So don't miss that part. He says he qualifies you and then they come with a cash offer.
Is that a quicker time frame than 30
Yeah,
days?
we've had them close in 20, 21 days.
Because that's why you go for cash offers for first
Right.
financing a lot of times, if the
Right.
quicker close.
Yeah, and the funds are there.
Yeah.
What is the, so you get, whenever somebody is presenting this offer, so is this there's a cash exhibit, no financing contingency, is there an appraisal contingency?
So we do an appraisal.
Okay, so there's an
Just
appraisal
like
contingency.
if you were giving your kids cash,
Mm-hmm.
you would wanna know, you know, did they do their due diligence? What is the value of that house?
Okay, but you guys are not, but there's no financing contingency whatsoever?
No.
Okay, just double checking.
Down payment?
So on buy now, sell later, there's two pieces, right? There's cash offer,
Mhm.
which is for somebody that doesn't have a house. And then there's buy now, sell later, somebody that has a house, but they wanna buy a new house without making a contingent offer. Cause raise your hand when you love a contingent offer, you know? And so this way we know what they have in their house and we loan on that as if they've sold their home. If they don't sell their home within 6 months, we make them an offer upfront. It's 80% loan to value that we will purchase that house. So far we've had over 740 deals closed. We've never purchased a home.
Wow.
I mean, it works because people leave, they pretty up the house, and then it's sold. I moved a woman from New Jersey down here to Martinez, and I spoke to her realtor, and he said, listen, I could sell this house. We either do a BPO with a broker, or we do it with an app taking pictures. And the problem was, this woman was a hoarder. It was a cute house, and I know the area in New Jersey that she was in. And I spoke to the agent, he said, if you can get her out of here, and we could get all of her stuff into pods or something, he said, I could take the pictures, I know I could sell this house for top dollar. And we had to do that. We had to get pods, and she had to empty the house, and he ripped up carpet and painted and took the pictures, and the BPO came in, she moved down here, that place was gone. So it works, and I try to talk to realtors, and I try to get them to change their thinking, like when you're going to a listing and somebody's still in the house, it's exciting to get that listing, but why not offer them, hey, listen, what if I give you an option that, you know, we could qualify you and we can move, be ready. Like, you're ready to pull the trigger, and if you find a house that you're ready to go into, we buy that house, you move, and then this place is empty. You can show it 24 hours a day, no animals, it's clean, it's nice, put candles up, smells like cookies, and you know, you get more money out of it. That's kind of hard to break the cycle of, I got a listing and list it like a traditional home, and you know, get the people out for the weekend or at 8 o'clock or at 6 o'clock or whenever somebody can see it, and you know, jump around schedules. So that's my big hurdle right now, is trying to change people's thinking.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I'm working with a customer or client that is kind of similar in the situation. She has a VA loan. She has a house here, and she's going to purchase one in South Carolina.
Mhm.
It's a new build.
Mhm.
Do you guys work with new builds? Like, it's a
Yes.
Ryan Home new build? Just in case this person who works here as well doesn't purchase her home as investment property.
So it's gonna be primary residence, it's gonna be conventional or VA?
Yeah, no, she's doing a VA loan there. As of right now, we just started this whole process within the last 2 days, and she met with the I guess the loan guy with NVR today. We did. So I wasn't sure whether or not this is something that would be in a situation like that for her, where she could use you guys, because I didn't know that this was a possibility for her. You know, use you guys, and then, you know, later on that house could sell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been approaching builders, All Weathers, a couple of the other builders, and it's kind of so different that they're not used to it, because they have finished homes sitting. Magnolia Plantation, First Choice has a couple of places that they have homes built.
Mm-hmm.
And I approached them and I said, listen, if somebody's moving from out of state and they want to buy a place, you know, I have a list of states that we could work in, and we could find the realtor in their home state if they're here visiting. We could get them into this program, buy the house, move them, what's more convenient, and then sell that house.
Yeah.
You know,
So they could stay up in there, they could stay in that house up until their home is ready. Like, say, supposedly hers should be done by June 1st.
mm-hmm.
So she could stay in her present residence. And then once hers is ready, she'll move in, and then we can sell her house.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the convenience of being able to get into a place that you want, move, and then sell your house, so that you could do all of the fix-up stuff that you want.
Okay. Can I spin it one more direction? You probably won't give me my answer. I think with them, they require her 30 or 60 days, she has to have her house on the market. Before hers is done, before hers is ready for her to move in. So more than likely, she would have to like move out of the home beforehand.
Through traditional financing.
Yes.
We don't
You
require.
don't require that, okay.
We know, we know what her house is worth, what equity is in it.
Mm-hmm,
We know what she could buy up to.
okay,
We figure that out. If that works, if the numbers work, then, you know, we go in and on her contract, we're buying that house cash. We buy it in our name, and then she sells her home, and when she sells her home, we could stagger closings,
okay,
or we could just close them together.
okay.
With that, with the new construction, so a lot of the new construction builders are gonna give money towards closing costs or any other kind of
Right.
incentive.
Yeah.
Do you pass those incentives back when they purchase the home back from you?
If they're offering them to us, is it lower? So if I'm understanding you, it's lowering their purchase cost?
It's lowering their out-of-pocket expense.
Yes.
Yeah, if they don't have to, if they give them a $10,000 credit towards closing or buy down points or something like that.
Right, we're not making any money on the sale.
Okay,
None. Like this is not for, we're not making bread and butter on the sale. Whatever we purchase that home for,
mm-hmm,
we transfer it to them, same cost.
So the things of that would be if they were getting $10,000 in closing costs from the builder, when it came to you, then
You
in
would-
that case, you
the
would
company
give them
would
the
get it.
$10,000 closing credit.
So their closing is paid for.
It's a credit.
Right. Yeah, because all we're doing is transferring title.
Okay,
Got it, okay. Got it.
that sounds too good to be true.
You're not making any money.
Sounds like a great one.
So maybe I'm trying to figure out, yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah,
sounds
and
good.
so that's the question, everybody's like, I don't get it, what's the catch?
Yeah,
And the catch is we use our private equity, we kind of stir up the industry, we get more loans in the door.
okay. All right.
And it's not gonna fit every situation either. That's why, we have a lot of specific loans for niche products. And, I could email you, I gave Chris one and I may even have some. It's just like a laundry list of stuff that we offer.
So in
And-
essence, they don't bring the buyer doesn't bring any money to the table. So when you guys purchase the house cash, now they're paying you the mortgage, but they don't pay any down payment, any closing costs, they don't pay anything?
Right, because we settle up when they sell their house. We're using the equity that they have already stored in their house. It's as if they already sold their home
It's a buy now, pay
and
later.
we're holding the cash for
Yeah.
them. We're forwarding our cash and then they come in and they replenish us.
And that's the beauty of private equity. What that just means is a bunch of people got a lot of money and put it into a pocket. So you don't gotta have these regulations in black and white. They just do what they want essentially.
Right, and from our company calls, I think somebody at AnyMac, early on I said, so, and everything is done with a purchase transaction coordinator. Like, they're assigned to you, they work with you, you have questions, you need documents, you call them, I need this, they supply it to you. It's a really nice relationship. It's almost like having a real estate assistant working on the transaction for you. And
Transaction coordinator.
yeah, one of my first questions was like, well, how do you get the funding, proof of funds? And they're like, proof of funds? We've got over $100 million, in the company, like that's the proof. And I was like, okay, I got proof of funds. So,
Another question. So, I'll use my scenarios. Like tomorrow, I'm meeting with someone that's coming in town.
yeah,
They're the neighbor's family. So if they decide they want to purchase this, but they got to sell their house back home.
Yep.
You're going to give us a list of states that you work in. Can we?
I can.
Okay.
Yep.
If they need to go through you, and then we find a
So,
way.
right, and we need the realtor in their home state, which is simple. We need them to get certified on the program so that they
Okay.
understand the intricacies of it. And it's not difficult. It's going through the program through the company. I'm sure you take some 10, 20 question quiz and they want you to be involved in the program so that you can market yourself as cash to keys certified. This way you could bring out of state people in.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to do that too locally, right? No?
Mhm.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Okay. Thanks.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, so the ideal client for that program is like a seller who's scared that they need, maybe they need a down payment or early as possible, or they're scared of selling their home and like staying in a hotel or with family or something.
Well, that's one of the things, like you don't want to lose your house. I love my house. If I was gonna sell my house, this is the way that I would do it. Because I know that I could put my house on the market and sell it in a minute. If I lose out on a house that I wanna go to, I'm gonna have regrets about selling. Because I don't wanna get into a bidding war for a house. I wanna make one offer, I want it accepted, I wanna be moving in when I'm putting my house on the market for sale. I don't wanna put my stuff in a pod,
Yeah.
I don't wanna stay in a hotel. And this makes it easy. It also helps to move people. I'm sitting in a 3.5% loan. So you know, if I love my rate, but I hate my house, how are you gonna get me to move? Make it easy for me, you know? We'll get you in this house. You're gonna be at, you know, 6 and 7%, but better times are coming, and you refinance then. And, you know, that's what really this company, like everybody tries to do. They're like, when you're formulating a deal to get somebody into a house, start formulating that exit plan for them. You know, they're going in at 4, 5, 6. They need to refinance when, you know, it makes sense financially. And up front, do that calculation with them so that they know, I'm gonna be watching this. You know, 1% drop might not be worth it with the closing costs, but maybe 1.5, maybe 2 would. You know, and we let them know, like, this is not a one-time deal. Like, you know, here's this house. Whenever rates start dropping, we're already looking ahead, we're gonna be in touch. Like, I'm gonna touch base with you a couple times, how's everything going, this, that, and the other thing. So, this kind of extends that. You wanna get people out of these low rates that are not going anywhere. You wanna make it easy for them to move. Because if you're not selling homes, you're not making money. And everybody behind is not making money.
I think the sweet spot is too, is you allow them that gap where they can actually pretty up their house.
Oh, yeah.
So they get that top dollar. And it's not like, oh, I need to lock the dog up. Oh, when you coming, I need to get dressed.
Yeah.
You know, they're already transitioned.
I need to clean the house.
And for our sellers, it's like, all right, your house is ready to go. You know, some of us are probably in that situation. Like, oh, I gotta fix up the house before I sell it. Or you live in a construction site for like 9 months. You're at the tail end, you're trying to be out. But I think that's pretty cool as well.
Do they have to have at least 20% equity in their house that they need to sell? Since you make an offer of 80%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the people that I've dealt with, they've been in their home for 10, 12. The woman in New Jersey, she was in for 8, and you know, filled the house up, filled it, filled it. And now she's doing the same in Martinez.
Is that a 30-year loan that you?
Yeah, so it could be a 15, it could be a 30. It's VA and conventional right now. We have masterminds all the time where realtors from all over get together, they talk online to each other, to the program people, and what they like, what they don't like, what they'd like to see, and everybody's listening. And from the beginning people were asking, do you have this in FHA? We don't. And the answer was no, 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 and now they're starting to look how they could get it approved for FHA, and it's because of realtor demand. So they're working on it. It's just with the regulatory stuff with FHA, it's a lot. So you know, we might see an FHA, and I think that's really when things are gonna blow up for this program.
And what's the name of your company? I know everybody knows.
It's Family First Funding, and we are now a division of Annie Mac. I'll hand out some business cards.
So no, that's excellent info. We're gonna keep it moving down the panel, but you know, he can talk all night. It's very creative. You know, a lot of us never heard of it, so that's why we're so intrigued. But yeah, we can move our way down to G on the end. He has a tool belt of products for us. So yeah, he got some impressive stuff. So
all right. So how y'all doing?
Fine,
I'm CEO of Premier Funding Group, and I have an amazing product for experienced flippers right now. So if you've done at least 3 flips in the last 3 years and you have 700 or more credit score, what we do is 100% of the acquisition, and you get 100% of your draw money at the closing table. What?
I'm like, everyone's like, excuse me, tell me some more.
Yeah, so interest, you get 100 and 100. So you do have to pay your closing costs and your fees, but you get 100% of the acquisition and 100% of your rehab money at the closing table. Now, interest rates started about 10.7 to 11.2, but we've now decreased your time frame. So typically on a hard money loan, it's 12, 18 months. On this one, it's gonna be 6 to 9 months. And 500K is the max. So what we have in mind is, if you got all your rehab money up front, there's no more draw schedules and draw inspections, so that decreases your time to get in and out of your deal and get it on the market and get it sold.
That's good.
You know he had that fire without.
On that program, what do your points look like?
Points range anywhere. We actually analyze the deal, and then we'll base the points on the deal, how much, skin is in the game, how much meat is on the bone for the client. But on average, they average between 3 and 5, just depends on the deal. It could get a little less sometimes. I've seen it at 2, but it really just depends on the deal.
Okay, and then do you guys have like origination? I'm assuming like underwriting.
Yeah, we
all
have
those.
those. Yeah.
What do those fees look like?
They range between $450 and $750.
Okay, and that's total for everything?
No, like underwriting fee may be $450 and the loan origination may be $750, $795. It's not real. We're not trying to kill you over here.
So like 12-ish.
12-ish.
So 1,200 and 5 up to 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys are
closing costs.
okay, right? Attorney stuff, I don't worry about. That's going to be the same regardless of who the lender is.
Correct.
But like, are there any other fees from your side or any other costs from your side? And then what happens if, I don't know, something like a stop work order happens, and they extend past that 6 to 9 months?
Well, to be honest, we haven't had that happen, but what we would do is probably see if we can get you an extension first, just because, sometimes it's on a case-by-case basis. But if not, then of course we'll have to foreclose.
Okay.
And on the property, because, we're kind of out there at this point. We're
Yeah.
giving you 100% acquisition and all your rehab money, so we have to do some type of risk management, so we would have to foreclose.
Okay. So, but as far as other fees, or other costs that are lender associated, what did I say, 1,200 kind of covers everything. So that's your plus appraisal. I'm assuming. Are you guys doing appraisals?
Yeah, we're doing appraisal.
Okay.
And sometimes they're desktop. Sometimes somebody will go out there.
Okay. And what do those range? Just because I have been thoroughly shocked a few times where I'm like, oh damn, I just paid $850 for an appraisal.
Yeah, that's around 700, a little bit more. Yeah, appraisals are going for that right now. It just depends on the area and what appraisal company picks it up. But yeah, it's typically about $700 for an appraisal.
Okay, well, still better than $850.
Yeah, but it depends on the company and what they charge.
Cool.
What states you offering that in?
All right, so right now, good question. So right now, just Connecticut, Texas, Georgia, Florida.
Not South Carolina? It's like 5
No, I
minutes
know it's
away.
right. But like I said, sometimes I may get an exception by like, hey, can we do this deal? Like, how good is the deal? And they're like, all right, cool. But those are the states that we're in right now.
Do you guys work with new investors?
I didn't hear you.
New investors, do you guys work with new investors?
We work with new investors. We have some traditional hard money products. If you're a new investor, I have a traditional hard money product where, if you come with your 20%, 25% down, and then we'll fund the rest, and then we'll fund 100% of the rehab.
What if you have a new investor paired with an experienced investor? Do they still qualify for that 100% program?
Yeah, because what you would do is...
There you go.
Yeah, so what you would do is you would use the savvy investor or the seasoned investors' HUD statements, and then y'all form the LLC together, and then you submit that way. So that way you can get the 100% program. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
And so 500 is the max, what's the minimum?
50,000.
Okay. And would y'all do just one side if somebody just wants renovation, or maybe they just want acquisition, or you want it to run both of the three? Like, can they just do one side?
What do you mean when you said one side.
What if they're like, hey, well, I got the acquisition money, I just want the renovation money? Or does it have to equal 50 as long as it's the minimum?
Yeah, it has to be 50,000 as is value.
As long as it just meets the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that seems like a better deal over there. I'm like, hey, would you like to do a 12% loan? Like, or whatever, 12% LTV? Yeah, sure.
All right, y'all got any other questions?
You have some products on, new builds as well, right?
I do. So I also have, new construction product where we can go up to $2 million, per ground up construction. We want you to have at least about a 700 credit score. Now, the catch to this program, if you are a new builder, then we won't do it. So it's best to do is, young lady back here just asked, get with an experienced builder, use his HUD statements, so that way you can qualify for the product. And with that, the minimum as is value of your ground up construction has to be $150,000. And the terms are 12 to 24 months.
And then, so are you, and you guys are like on board with purchase of the land and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yep, we can purchase the land and then give you the ground up construction as well.
I think what's real cool about his company is he is the CEO and he does kind of set the rules. And like I said, it's case by case, right? So like, you just kind of got it presented to him, right? Because what you may think like, oh, that won't fly. Like, gee, like, is this an option? And he'll try to like shape it and mold it. Or he'll be like, hey, you gotta shift this and make some stuff happen. But I think that's what's really cool about him is he can actually make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I can try to work the deal, to make sure that, you get closed out. I also have a multifamily program, so if you're into multifamilies, I have a product for your multifamily purchases as well.
There's a lot of people listening to you right now.
Right.
I'm like, okay, and what are
Well,
some
that's the purpose.
what are some details on that multifamily?
Yeah.
So what we'll do in multifamily is we'll finance up to 75%. So if you come with the 25%, then we'll fund the rest of the deal.
Up to
Up to 10 million.
10 million, okay.
And then how many years is it amortized over? What balloon?
So we have an ARM, so we have a 5-1,
Okay.
7-1, 10, or if you're gonna do a long-term situation, we have a 15 and a 30.
Y'all have a 30 on up to.
Yes,
I'm like, okay, and that's 25% down.
yes.
Okay, tell me again about like points and y'all don't understand. Like,
For Aaron, you need to come prepared.
I have talked to so many commercial lenders and it was always so painful. And the best amortization I could find, I think, was 25 years. Was it 20 or 25? I don't remember. But most of them are like 15, and which kills every freaking deal.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, cool, yeah, I'm gonna pay thousands of dollars a month to buy this property. So the 30-year AM is super interesting. So like, how many points in general, like, and on a $8 million whatever, we're bringing the 2 mil in. Killer credit scores, whatever, all the good things. Like, what are you, like, points wise, would you guys be at?
Like I said, I can do what I want to do.
Okay. Do you have a max amount you'll lend to any one person?
Say what now?
Do you have a maximum amount you will lend to any one person?
For that multifamily?
In general, total, because like I know there are some banks that are like, we will lend you up to 7 million, period, full stop, done.
Yeah, so the max on a multifamily is 10 million, and then on fix and flip or new construction.
But I'm saying an individual, so can I go buy 7 apartment complexes and you fund all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I sure can.
That's great.
And I sure will.
Because the banks won't. Like the small banks around here be like, oh no, I can't put that much faith in one person.
Yeah.
We'll help you out up to this amount.
No,
And then after that,
yeah, we can do multiple purchases, and even if you want to be tricky and have different LLCs, but it's still you,
Yeah.
it may work better in your favor that way.
yeah, they don't care. They're like, it's the person behind the LLC that they care about. Because I'm like, because I asked I like loopholes,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
I'm working on a deal right now. This guy needs like gap funding.
Mhm.
So he's trying to purchase some warehouses out of North Carolina. He has some liquidity, he has it, but he doesn't want to use all of his liquidity to purchase his, the warehouse. So he reached out to me. So what we're doing is we're going to use his assets that he has, his businesses, and then the only thing we asked him for was like his personal financial statement, a schedule of real estate that he owns and his businesses, and 2 years of business tax returns.
Nice.
And we're working on that for $2 million. Because the deal is about $5 million, but he wants to bring $2 million because he wants to buy 2 of them.
Nice.
So he's gonna bring $1 million a piece on each deal.
I was gonna ask if you do other commercial other than just apartments,
Yes, I do.
like storage, like self-storage?
Self-storage, laundromats, you name it, we can do it. I also do business funding as well.
Would you work with somebody with an ITIN number? Instead of,
Will you allow, seller carried seconds?
On a mortgage?
So on commercial,
Commercial.
specifically, so if you're up to 75% and the seller's willing to do 25%, are y'all like, take a hike? Or are y'all like, well, cool, we're only responsible for 75% of it. Worst case scenario, they're not gonna get a penny and we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I don't think we have a problem with it.
Okay, cool.
Like I say, I kind of write the rules, and I have some relationships with some people. So a lot of this stuff is based upon a phone call in my relationship. I can't guarantee I'm gonna get it done, but I can guarantee I'll make a call to see if we can get it done.
Cool, okay, nice.
Can you maybe tell us like this deal that, like, just like one of your cool deals that came through that you would be untraditional, or something recently that would kind of a lot of us think wouldn't be possible?
Yes, I'm working on a cash out refi, actually here in Augusta. So typically when you're doing a cash out refi, they want your credit score to be about 660 to 680, 700. This guy's at 600. And we're doing a cash out refi, and we've been having some hiccups, but it hasn't been on us. It was bad job at the closing attorney. They didn't do they didn't submit the mortgage cancellation when he bought it cash 5 years ago. So now we ready to go to the closing table, and they was like, well, there's a mortgage lien that needs to be cleared up. And I'm like, how? When you bought it cash? Like, how's there a mortgage lien? So I did some digging, and I got the alter statement from when he bought it 5 years ago. Luckily, I knew the seller, one of my homeboys. I looked at the tax record, and I was like, I know this guy. So I just picked up the phone and called him, like, hey man, can you send me over the alter? I got some research to do on this property. And he was like, well, let me help you. What's going on? And I said, we're doing a cash out refi for him. And I said, they're saying there's a mortgage that hasn't been cleared. They haven't submitted the mortgage clearance. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I bought the house cash. He was like, so it shouldn't be. So it's just been one thing after another. Something that was supposed to close in 7 days, we're going on week number 4.
I got a question for you. The commercial, what kind of interest rate is that at roughly?
On a commercial,
Yeah.
starting at about, it depends on, if you're doing a fix and flip commercial or just a long-term rental. So we're gonna start at about 6.99.
Okay.
And what about a residential flip?
Residential
Just
flip,
single family?
just a regular single family flip. So interest rates on that are gonna be about 10 and a quarter, starting out.
And I will just mention, if you're doing a flip, interest rates really don't matter.
No,
It's so
exactly.
short term.
It's short term.
Points matter.
Or it better be.
Right, yeah. Not really. But yeah, like if you're doing a flip, like the interest rate, whatever, I mean, it's gonna make a couple $100 a month, but it doesn't make a big deal in the
Yeah, 'cause
end.
the name of the game is get in it and get out of it.
Yeah.
So if we need to have a customer, or we need to reach out to you later on, how do we do that? How do we get in contact? You have a business card or a pamphlet or website?
I have all the above.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, so our website is premierfundinggroup.mydurable.com. I'll say it again, premierfundinggroup.mydurable.com.
All right, we gotta see if I spelled that right.
Oh, I put a T instead of an R.
Okay. I'm like, you're orange and white, right?
Yep.
Right.
All right, all
All
right.
right.
And
My
if you
phone
can't
number
find it,
is, my phone number is 678.
Hang on a second.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm like, such a bad problem. Wait, I really need your information. I need you to give me just a second here. All right, 678.
670
Bless you. Mm-hmm.
7858.
678-670-7858.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The loan guy's taking your info. I hate telling people that there's, like, no. I hate saying no.
I do too.
I remember on my first place, I called somebody, they checked my scores, they looked at my assets, and like a week later I called them and they said no, and hung up the phone. I was like, that's it? And I didn't know any better, and I hate that. And I do know people that have low scores, but they need money to make repairs because they want to make their home better. They're not going anywhere, they just need to make their home better.
Correct.
Or they need a hot water heater. And, you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't have it to buy it for you.
Correct.
You know, like,
I have a client now that, I kept insisting that they come because they purchased the house from me 4 years ago, but now, exact same thing, they need the HVAC and a couple other major repairs. So I was trying to, of course, get them to come to Gerard, but they're loyal to Navy Federal completely. Everything that they do through Navy Federal, right? Cars, everything, Navy Federal. So even the loan that we initially did, I had a better interest rate for them and everything through the lender I was using at the time, and they still went with Navy Federal. So now Navy Federal, they're doing a HELOC with Navy Federal, and it's been 30 days, and they still need an additional 15 days where you do something like that. You need HVAC, you need it like now, so you go to, you know, somebody like him, you get it done in 7 days. So I think that's the beauty of having that and us not having to say no to people and really being able to give them viable options, you know?
And also, that's why I was looking to have the two banks here. And though these guys are mostly untraditional lenders, like I said, the banks, you can go to First Citizens, $75,000 unsecured home investment improvement loan, like 6 or 7%, and stretch it over like 6 years. So that's like $1,400 a month if you just take out 75.
Yeah.
So like I said, I've got 50 grand line of credit, and I got 3 LLCs. They all get at least 25. So when you kind of mix that in, that's why there's really no money.
Yeah, you're right.
but Chris, what are your credit scores?
I'm at like 750.
So for people that have lower credit scores and people that are living on fixed income, Social Security, and a pension, or disability, like, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they'll extend the line of credit to them, but.
I don't think so, but that's a question for them, honestly. But I think that the home improvement loan they'll be pretty flexible on. But I have the contacts of both the branch managers, and I'll hand that out to y'all folks. But yeah, you know, that is a challenge, because like what I love to do is really relationship based, right? I funnel them to you, right? You can win. You have an issue. Here's the problem solvers, right? So I'm doing that with them, and like I kind of need to vet some of them, because like, if you got like 400, like sometimes we can't save you. but we can help you get some resources. But those lenders can answer those questions, but, you know, I still just send them on, because, you know, you guys may have programs, you know, people do credit repair, you know, people who do business funding. You could have, again, like me, 3 LLCs, they both all been stagnant, maybe one made 50K, but you can go get them 25 grand line of credit or a credit card. So there's a lot of ways to finesse it, but I think it's just, you know, having the resources and just having folks. But yeah, sometimes you got 500, 600, you kind of got to build up.
Right, I mean, listen, I have to make a paycheck too, but I realize that this is like, I meet people, and my problem is I get too invested in the person. And my wife tells me this all the time. She's like, you can't help everybody. And I don't like to say no. So, you know, like, you are a very viable option for people that I meet that I can't help.
Right, the what
Not right
if
now.
clients.
You know, and they can't wait 6 months to get credit scores up and stuff. So that's why I like you, and you know, tough situations come by, but like, we're all kind of responsible to help everybody out.
Yeah.
And I notice, like, lending and realty, like, it's cutthroat, you know, and at the same time, there are handfuls of people that are like, you know what, we could kind of do this, and we could all kind of come up together instead of like stepping on each other. But I've my wheels are spinning. I'm thinking of a couple of people.
He grabbed that ink pen and paper so quick.
And that's what I was doing when you introduced me. I wasn't texting anybody. I was texting myself your information. So, you know, I was thinking the same way. I was like, wow, you know, I mean, this guy can work together, because between her and I, we have so many people that are in that situation where they got to buy something new, but they haven't sold their home yet.
Right.
So I think you'll be hearing from us.
I'm glad that you brought up the multifamily, or someone brought it up, because, you know, we have people reach out to us via email. We talk to them. Oh yeah, I can help you. This one guy for Regions, I am in the multifamily department. This is what I can do. I have people coming up to me, or you know, agents here at work, and it's like, hey Lisa, I said, I got a guy. Never hear from them. Like, never hear from them to help our clients with trying to get funding from multifamily. It's just hard.
I mean,
So,
I wear a lot of hats. So I'm a realtor.
yeah.
And I understand from different points of views. Like, when you have somebody and you say you're the guy, and then somebody reaches out to you, or somebody doesn't reach out to you, like, you gotta realize, like, you lost business.
Yeah.
You also gotta realize too, when you get somebody at a major bank like Regions, they're getting their paycheck anyway.
Yeah.
Somebody like me, yeah, somebody like me, I don't eat unless the deal closes.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in my real estate business. If I don't close a deal, you know, I can't feed my family.
Yeah.
And I know. And I definitely don't want her name. You know what I'm saying? It turns into
That's
something
cute.
else. So, also for your business owners out here, if you're coming up with a new business, or you have a business already, I can also do equipment funding, or we can do leasing. So if you have a trucking company, or if you have something like this, office building, and you need computers and things like that, or if you need equipment, Chris, you know, excavator or a bush hog or anything. The only thing you have to do is actually go to the vendor and get the invoice, and then submit the invoice to me, and then I'll fill everything else out for you and submit it for you.
Wow.
And then we'll go and then we'll buy the equipment for you, and then you just pay us monthly. Because it's a situation where you may get denied for something at the bank, or a loan at the bank to go get equipment, or they may deny you at the actual store with whoever they're using for credit, but we can do it.
Okay.
I got a question for you. So there's a deal that it may or may not work out, but
It's gonna work out.
well, my question is, so it's in South Carolina, so there's the issue, one issue. But this guy wants $450 for a house. He got $300,000 mortgage to where if he ends up selling, he's gonna sell to me, so I'm gonna have to pay him. He's good with me taking it over subject to, because it's at 2.25%.
Okay.
Wow.
300,000. So
Wow.
I need another 150.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do a second loan if the house is worth 650,000?
Yep,
Okay.
because the equity's there.
A ton of equity.
Yeah.
That's not.
So you just need the gap funding for it to close?
A very light paint flip. That's it.
Okay. Call me tomorrow.
Well, I need to get the contract first.
Okay, alright.
It's gonna be like a month or so.
Okay.
But he's like, listen, if I sell him, sell him to you. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
But it's in South Carolina though.
It's in South Carolina. It's in Aiken.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
He's like, with the
Okay.
numbers, South Carolina's allowed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can go a different, we can go a different type of product for him.
Okay. Nice.
So here's the thing about G. I have yet to stump this guy. You see that all trying to stump him? Like he's gonna find out a way. And the second thing is, you can call him and he's gonna answer and he's gonna dig deep into it. And even if it's at 7 p.m., you know, we talk 8, 9 p.m. Let's say, yeah, let's just figure this out. So, like beyond business, he's just like a real stand-up guy. But you know, he's gonna help you figure it out. He's gonna give you options. And even if he's not the resource, he's gonna lead you to it. So definitely good lock in with him.
Yeah,
And the beautiful thing is I'm a real estate agent too, so I understand that we're never off work. So you know how sometimes
Yeah.
you have those people that are like, I'm on vacation, so I can't work or this. We're working. He's gonna answer the phone. Dinner, he's getting up, going to answer the phone.
Commission only people are the best to work with. Like, I mean, truly, right? So business owners, you know, real estate, like the lenders that are commission only, like it's like, oh yeah, I'm having a conversation with you at 9 o'clock Sunday night.
Yeah.
You know.
And I work on Sundays. I try not to.
I know, it's hard.
Yeah, so I try to respect it, or I'm like, okay, let's take a day, but.
Yeah, but it's just hard because that might be the only day that you can talk or, you know, so I ain't gotta make an exception.
And how long have you been in business as an MLM or a lender?
A year.
So this is year one. So right, once you start building it out, you get a team, you get some admins, you get some people under you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just gonna be so much more reach and so much more products and availability. And I'm sure you're looking at different states already.
Yeah, so as far as like traditional hard money loans, I can do those anywhere. It's just that 100% product because it's new. So we're testing it.
Yeah.
And so we have about 5 people already in the program. So once we prove it, then we're gonna add more states. Because what we're trying to do is really take over for hard money with this product because nobody else has anything like it.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is if we can help you close the deal or get your flip completed quicker, then you can get to your next project quicker. And we just want to keep money train going for both of us. You know, you keep coming to us, you keep making money, we're making money, we're helping you make money faster.
And one thing to note, I'm not sure if y'all really work with lenders that much, but a lot of it is relationship based, right? So like after deal 3, the numbers are gonna change, right? It's not like the same deal out the gate. So that's kind of the loyalty factor. You know, once you kind of get in some reps and you prove yourself, you know, you get a little more creative.
Yep.
But again, we can talk all night, G.
Yeah.
Everybody got your info.
Yeah, we got digital cards, so I can, after this, I'll just pass it.
Okay.
So you just download the card.
Yeah, we'll have you know, a little back and forth strip ball at the end. But so we can go to stage.
Okay.
I want to talk about, you know, some programs at Lowe's and how you can kind of help turn credit to cash and help us on our flips.
So mine's probably gonna be a lot more simple compared to everybody else on here, but basically at Lowe's we do offer credit programs along with the MVP rewards program. Those are the 2 big things. So with the credit cards and everything, we offer really large credit and everything. I do have like one of my guys, he has a $75,000 like Lowe's credit card. So he, you know, fencing guy, so buys a ton of fencing, spends like $2 million at Lowe's every year. So we offer really large lines of credit. The big thing with the credit cards is you get 5% off every single day on, anything in Lowe's. On top of that, the big thing for me really is the 365-day return policy.
Mhm.
So really, you got a project, got a flip, stuff happens, whatnot. You have this leftover product. After all that, you can return that. Only thing that isn't part of that is like appliances and a couple other like little things, but appliances, it extends it out to 30 days. So we really do try to stretch your dollar and everything. That's really why we have these programs, is to stretch your dollar even further. That way you get more profit. Also, the other thing is like service for us and everything. I try to make it where you're in and out, you're not there. Really, I like seeing y'all, but I don't want y'all to be there for an hour. I'd rather y'all be in there for like 5 minutes and then out, and then that way you can actually go make money and get your projects done. Aaron, I know like you use Cameron a lot. Cameron always gets your stuff done, and we try to get you in and out and everything. Same with Chris. We try to just really take care of you guys, because I know time is money. But the biggest thing for me with the cards and the MVP rewards program is our volume savings program. So anytime y'all spend $1,500 on a project, doesn't have to be all one same product. We run it through that system. You're seeing anywhere between like 5 to like 40% off on product. I think there's been times we've gotten 50% off.
Yeah, so like for instance, for some of those flippers, you take a look at your whole material list, and it's like, why wait, right? You're gonna need it. So you put the whole list in, and I had one that I'm flipping now. I saved over $8,000 on one transaction, right? So again, that could turn not a deal into a deal. You just saved 8 bands, you're gonna spend it anyway. And then, I'm sure they don't promote it, but like, you don't need to get it all that day, right? So it's like, all right, well shoot, because like, we're just doing framing and exterior, but I bought the whole electrical wire. I'm like, I don't need that yet. Just put my name on it. So it's there. But and again, that was 8,000 off one transaction. We probably spent another 10 grand. So it's pretty powerful.
So quotes, depends on what material it is, but they can last a month or so. But obviously like wire, shingles, stuff like that, really not a week to 2 weeks for the quote to last and everything. So, I do try to push my guys to like get it closed and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have y'all satisfied and everything. Make sure y'all are saving money, saving time. I got a good group of guys and gals on my team and everything. Detail oriented, they'll take care of you in and out. That's really what I want to happen. I just don't want people waiting.
And can you really quick touch on the different levels and different tiers and
MVP, yes. So that's the other program. It's not a credit card, it's a rewards program, just kind of like how you get Kroger, Chick-fil-A. Basically, what it does is it's going to track all your spending, and it's going to start giving you basically cash back in the form of Lowe's gift cards. So if you're already using us as your supplier, it's just going to end up giving you money back, and you've probably gotten thousands back, yes. So that's an entire job. Like at the end of the year, I'll have guys pay for Christmas gifts with it, entire projects. Honestly, like if you're spending that much at the end of the year, it's basically like it's like a free job almost. Like we pay for it.
I'm actually happy to make transactions sometimes.
Yeah.
Like 2% back.
Yeah.
So like
December,
in December, I got all the tile for my house, my personal house,
yes. Mm-hmm.
and some doors, and I still had some money left over.
Yeah. So that program, it starts off, the way it works is, just to make sure you're spending with us. You don't get it immediately. You spend at least $2,500 with us. Then you start getting 1% back. And then because Chris spends so much with us, he gets 2% back. Paint's a big thing. Paint, you actually get 10 to 20% back on liquid paint and all the accessories that go with it, the paintbrushes, the trays, everything like that. You get, you spend $5,000 or more with us with paint, you get 20% back. Everything. Now,
You
if
got
y'all got,
delivery too, right?
yeah, if y'all got Sherwin-Williams already, like, if that's where y'all go, we can actually just go ahead and like, y'all just let us know like how much you'll spend and bump y'all up to the 3rd tier like straight away, so that way,
Oh,
you're out, yeah, you're out.
How do you do
Yeah,
that?
so you're automatically getting the 20% back,
Yeah.
with small savings.
That's sort of where
And
it's-
then we also offer,
Statements?
the paint supply program where basically we got a facility in Savannah, mixes the paint, state-of-the-art machines, goes straight to the job site and everything, so. You just order it and it goes from that facility straight to the job site and everything. You can order a whole truckload of paint and it'll be there in 2 to 3 days.
Official card, right?
Yes. I do have my specialist card here too, but that's me right there.
I wanted
We'll
to.
take care of y'all and everything for sure.
Even though I'm in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, so that's the thing. I can only service like the areas in here and everything in Evans and.
Do they have the same programs though?
Yeah, they'll have the same programs. Probably not as good as my team, but they'll have the same programs and everything. So you know, you get a Lowe's card, you know, from my store. That's good. Any Lowe's, like you can go to California and use it and everything. So you're good to go with that. But we'll deliver to Aiken, Graniteville. I mean, if the job's large enough, I can get okay to go to. I think we're gonna go to Statesboro next month or something like that. Deliver all the way out there, everything. So we can do. Y'all just work with me, and I can try to make it happen and everything.
Okay.
So, did anybody have like questions?
So I have
Yes.
one question / comment. I know everyone's surprised. So with the credit card or with the gift cards.
Yes.
So there is, if I remember correctly, like a little bit of you convert it into gift cards.
Mhm.
But I think that step is what makes it to where the gift card money is not taxable.
Yeah, it's just basically like you just claim it and.
No, I'm saying like you claim it within the app, but I'm
Yeah.
saying from a tax perspective, like
Yes.
so credit card rewards.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I might have $1,000 sitting in
Mhm.
my Discover or whatever cash back for my non-Lowe's purchases. But like, that's not income, even though it's
Yeah.
money that just got handed to me.
It's almost
And-
like a gift to y'all and everything.
And so his couple $1,000, that is tax-free money. Like that's tax-free credit cards. Now, if you go win a
Mhm.
gift card from Amazon for $700, that's gonna get taxed, just as an
Okay.
FYI. But I also wanna just kind of pimp out Evans Lowe's. So I'm a little particular for people that don't know me. And they have been killer. Like I have had some less than stellar, and I try to be like compassionate, like understanding, like learn to work with the person. But like I have left several Lowe's. I live 3 minutes from North Augusta Lowe's, and I will not go to them.
Okay.
Like I will drive to Evans, which is 20 minutes, because the service has been so much better. It's where like there have been multiple times where I'm like, hey, can I pick it up in the morning? I'll be there at like 10, and it's like sure thing. And like literally I pull in at 10 and I'm leaving by 10 after. To where I'm just like, holy crap, that has never happened. So like they are really freaking stellar. Like
Thank you.
yeah, totally worth the effort and the drive and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, it's like every week, I may leave my house at like 10 o'clock, and I'm like texting them or hitting them up. It's like, all right, it's ready in 15 minutes. Like, yeah, we're good. Yeah, got the discount applied.
Yeah.
Just getting ready to load up. And like, I'm a contractor, so that's important. Keeping me pushing, right? Before I'd be like hustling around the store, looking real stupid, dragging stuff, looking crazy. But really, they kind of finesse it and make it very easy. So
Yeah. Huge fan of your store.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all too. Like y'all's business has been awesome, so thank you so much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here, guys. Thank you.
most
Thank you for
definitely.
being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Did anybody else have any questions or anything like that?
Has everybody got his card? Make sure you hit them up. But yeah, you guys saved me at least $50,000 last year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
At least.
Which I just want to always have to mention. I taught before. I'm like, which is more than a teacher's salary with a master's degree, just so you all know.
Yeah, you just pass it down. Shoot it, pass it down. Thank you.
And want to talk a little bit more on simple money?
Yeah, so for those of you that are local to this area, and maybe even if you're not, Bob Richards, like Bob Richards Nissan, Bob Richards Toyota, and Bob Richards, the wife to Terry Richards, who works at Auburn Realty.
Yes.
Bob sold all of his dealerships a few years ago, and he lends his own capital, so he is the private lender. He is our fearless leader. We are a 3-person team.
Do you mind just, just passing out?
Yeah, of
kind
course.
As you talk?
I do want this too. No, pass them that way. And I have cards for everyone as well if you'd like one. So
Push them
we're,
together, put them at the same time.
Yep.
We ain't trying to
yeah,
forget.
there you go, just in case. So we're a 3-person team. We are very, we're in year 2 of our business. I started with him back in June of last year, so we are, Bob is the fearless leader. He makes the decisions and signs the checks, and he kind of leaves the rest to me and Michelle. I do all of the loan origination and coordinate with attorneys. I'm in constant contact with clients, like you said, 9 p.m. on a Sunday, and I tell all of my clients, I work remotely, so I'm always pretty much available, but if you hear my teenagers arguing in the background at 7 p.m., just forgive me in advance, because they do. And then we have Michelle, who is our post-closer, office admin. She wears many, many hats as well. She handles everything after closing as far as payoffs or refis, payment reminders, all that good stuff. Our hard money lending, we are fairly new to the game, so we're breaking in, always trying to find new things to do. The bread and butter of our business mainly is new investors. We have a lot of investors that are very seasoned and very experienced, but we have a lot of new ones too, and that's kind of what attracts our business to them, is that we do offer programs for lower credit scores. I think the minimum that I've seen is about a 610, 620, and we typically start new investors at 80% of purchase price. You're responsible for the 20%, and depending on the property, the numbers, and how Bob's feeling about it, he will finance some of the rehab costs up to 50 to 100 for new investors. Usually he likes to build up that good business relationship first and establish good payment history, improve yourself, like you said earlier. But I have seen him see deals that he saw the potential in, and he's done 100 and 100. So really, like you, it's kind of case by case basis. Everything is different for everyone. 12% rates, we normally charge a 2% or 2 points with the deal. We don't do any additional origination fees, underwriting fees. We don't require an appraisal. We'll do a quick drive-by inspection where we'll pop by and just check out the area and look at the comps as well. So that a lot of our investors like that we don't have to get tied up with an inspection or appraisal as well. DeMarco knows. Yeah.
I still don't know why Bob gave me money today.
We want everybody to get a piece of the pie. There's a lot of hands in the pot in this industry between lenders and real estate agents and flippers and investors and all of that. We want everybody to enjoy the money on that.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any questions for me about our office?
On your 2 points, so I might be remembering this wrong. I was thinking that you guys were point, like for a flip, point up front and then point at close.
It's all at closing.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
2 points.
Points are included in the closing cost.
Okay.
Do you guys do Atlanta?
So right now, we're only doing the CSRA. I have, depending on the business relationship and the deal as well, I have seen Bob go as far as Myrtle Beach. So we're trying to branch out now, but with us being so new, it's just breaking into different areas. But I'm sure he would do something in Atlanta, because he's down there all the time and spends a lot of time in that area, so.
Well, tell Bob, I'm from Augusta, I just don't live here.
Anybody else?
I just got a success story. I used Bob for one of my deals, and it was a quick flip. I basically flipped it in 30 days. So I actually only paid 2%. Because I closed. So again, he was super helpful. He came in.
Yeah.
I think my rental was like $27K. And again, it's just relationship based. And like in Atlanta, if the deal really makes sense, he's gonna consider.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's not gonna want to turn down. Again, that's how you make money. But he's definitely looks at the deals. He's not just gonna blindly lend you. But, yeah, those 2%, so, kind of just another way to put the play together.
Yeah, and we did have a recent thing where, you know, and you guys know that unless you're a miracle worker like Chris, it's really hard to flip a property and sell it and get it all done in 30 days or less. So, we did just have a recent policy change where we do require 3 months minimum interest on the 12-month terms, but
Look what you did.
usually, no, usually that doesn't happen, but other than that, we don't have any kind of prepayment penalties or anything like that. You don't have to go the full 12 months. And if something happened, like you said, and we had to extend, we could easily extend those terms for as long as you needed to.
I thought he capped at 35 months.
Unless he told somebody else something different.
Well, no, because I was, just from a different time that I'd heard him speak, that I was thinking that at 36 months on a loan, it turns into some kind of other special something that
It
y'all probably
may,
know
I
what I'm
think
talking
just
about,
because
but
we
I don't.
were only on year 2, I don't think we've crossed over to that
Okay.
threshold yet. So
Okay.
with Bob, it's very much, you know, we just kind of do things as they come and figure it out.
I mean, the hopes you don't hit 35 months on a flip. Like,
Yeah,
a
normal, yeah.
lot went really wrong, but
Yeah.
You gotta hang it up after that.
yeah.
Anybody else?
Go simple money, little.
Thank you.
But they have been really good on it. I mean, all the vendors touched on it, but, when you build that relationship, they do, help out, like, cause I know my first flip, they gave me 80% of purchase price and no renovation, which is understandable, but,
And you're at what, 90 and 100 now, or 100 and close to 100?
yeah, last one was 80, 100, but I'm glad you told me he does 80, no, 100, 100.
Well, with as many deals as we've done with you, I'm pretty sure we can work you out to 100 and 100.
But yeah, overall, Bob's just like a really cool dude. Low key, like he's just a regular guy and loves the business.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's cool doing business with him.
Oh yeah, he's very laid back, easy to work with, and we haven't had any complaints. I mean, like I said, we have a lot of returning and seasoned investors, but all of our new investors that have come work with us, they always come back for their next deals. So it's more of a local family type relationship. You know, DeMargo's called me and he's heard my kids and my dog going crazy in the background, and so it's good to build that kind of, you know, business friendship.
What are your min and max loan amounts?
Probably the minimum I would say 50 to 60. I have seen him on occasion do a 40 minimum before because we do only renovation loans as well. Max, I think he's done, I don't know, I mean, I think I've seen him do up to 400,000. I think it just depends on the deal.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you do renovation loans, so if I already bought the house,
If you already own the house, yeah, and you just needed money for rehab, you can call us and we can do that.
I like that too.
Yeah, we have a few investors that only do renovation loans.
Any commercial realtors? Anybody? We have a whole commercial division, and just, you know, to throw it out there, and I'm not involved, I make the connection, and they take care of you on the back end, but it's there if you need it, and they're looking for $100 million project, they'll give you $5 million, but they're looking for big projects.
So the moral of the story is these guys got some real creative solutions. Like we could partner together. Hey, Chris, you know, I'll bring it, you flip it. But really, once you find the deal, it's a wrap. You just choose who you want to really rock with and who you has the best product for you. But that's why I really want to put this together, because sometimes we're like, dang, don't got the money, don't got 20%, don't got 5%. You know, working on my credit. So that's why I really want to bring some of these folks in to just shed light on some of their creative stuff and what they offer.
Yeah, this is all, I'm like super excited about like.
Yeah, you did good this time.
No problem.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, got you.
Yes.
Just find a deal. They got you.
And we also add a lot of our, because we have a lot of new investors that come to us and they say, you know, I don't even know where to start, what do I I do? How do I find the houses? So we work with a lot of the wholesalers as well, that we can add new investors to their wholesaling list, to help find properties as well. So that's also an option if you needed it.
And then, do you guys offer like referrals? Anybody? If you like people bring business to you?
We are in the process of working on a referral program because we have quite a few people that have referred new investors to us. We're just kind of working out the kinks on that. So hopefully in the next, I'd probably say 90 days, we'll have that up and rolling. Now, we've had a lot of people ask, send us deals that have not gone anywhere, and I keep having to tell them, like, you'll get your referral once the deal closes, but if you tell someone to call me and ask for information, you're not gonna get a referral fee on that. So there's a difference on that.
You guys offer any referrals?
Chris, you know if you send me somebody and they close and shoot you somewhere.
There are RESPA laws.
Yeah, right.
Chris is like, I would need you to take note of every single person in here today.
Yeah, but like honestly, it's like, that's just like something I pride myself in, just like giving resources, right? And it's not like we're keeping score, but it's just like, all right, well shoot, I'm gonna look out for you, you're gonna help give me a favorable thing, or we can work together on something, so, these are my preferred partners.
And you and I talked about this, it's when you give people a listing, or you give somebody a property management listing, or you bring somebody a qualified buyer and they don't have a realtor yet, and then you don't get anything from that person in return, it sucks. I mean, it's, I know that lenders, we're always walking around, and you probably get cold calls all day, every day. Hey, let me tell you about my stuff. And you're just like, I don't know you. And I want to bring something to the table. So I've met people and I've made that offering. Hey, you know what? I know you. I just met you. I like you. Let me give you something first. That's burned me more times than not. And I guess, I'm not going to stop doing it because I like forging those relationships, and I think sooner or later it's going to find its way back to me. But yeah, I'm a big believer in helping out and making contacts and sharing people's names, and there's no reason to say no when there's so many people around. I'm learning too. Like I want to be an investor. My sister does it. I've helped her. I've done the work on that end. Trying to, I want to own more rentals myself.
There's some great places you can lend some money or get some money from. I'm assuming that they're a little bit more hesitant to lend just to you. But you do conforming too, though, right?
What's that?
You do conforming products as well. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and non-QM.
Yeah.
And I know we're just like 2 hours up the street from Atlanta, but if anybody's, looking for agents, and we got 2 very good top tier agents. Again, she's talented, she's a killer. They do a lot of deals and a lot of volume, work on some real high profile stuff, but again, it's just a resource. They're just right up the road, and it's gonna come right back to the street to Augusta when they know somebody who needs something on the block.
And for the people that are in this room, if you send me a deal, because it's you guys and I want to form a relationship, because I have people that come out here, I'll do a 40% referral fee, or if you send somebody to Atlanta, most people are doing 25. So if you send me somebody, I'll do a 40% referral fee.
Yep, me too.
Now, how does that work? Y'all fight it out, or?
Same pot.
Same pot.
Your business card?
Yep, mine is.
We're closing our house actually on Monday in Atlanta. Pennington Place, you know where that's at?
Pennington Place, what's the, it sounds familiar.
I
What's the
know
zip code?
Atlanta. I know we're buying a house.
What's the zip on it?
30316.
Yep. That's southeast Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's not so neighborhood.
yep.
I wish I would have known you, because we went with a hard money loan guy I used up in Lexington, Kentucky. So I went with him, so I already know him, but I wish I would have known
You know me now for your next
you.
deal.
Yeah.
I need anybody's looking for deals in Atlanta, I'm a resource, because I am a licensed realtor as well.
What brokerage are you guys with? Or you have your own brokerage? Huh?
EXP.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I think I'm going back. Don't tell nobody.
I won't tell nobody. I told I won't tell nobody. Wait a minute, we turned off the recording.
Oh, I did want to tell you something.
Yes.